The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the December 1st, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. And let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. And more important than that, if there is something more important than that, and there is that during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, let those fingers do the walking. Go ahead, send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger said, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, all the indices pointed higher. The Dow's up 258, about 0.9%. The S&P up 1 3/10%, 47 points. NASDAQ 100, 200 points, 1 6/10%. Russell 2000 up 7/10, that's 12 points. Semis are up 49 points, nearly 2%, 1.9 to be sort of exact out there. Lead the charge dollar-wise, the upside. You got Amazon up $73, Google 53, Booking Holdings 53, Credit Acceptance Corp up 21 to the downside. Zoom Video off 67, MicroStrategy off 25, Shopify 22, the Trade Desk 21, Snowflake down 17, Novavax off 15, Moderna off 12. So there's plenty to look at. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. No questions in the queue just yet. So what do you want to look at? Here, I'll give you this. Here's a tool. Since I don't know what each of you are trading out there, but this little market analyzer, this is something that subscribers get either in the afternoon or in the morning, sometimes both, out here. And here what we're taking a look at. Now, I know it's small print, but this way I can pack everything in here. Now, on the left-hand side, you'll see all the different instruments. So we start at the top with the equity futures contracts. Below that, we've got metals, platinum, high-grade copper, palladium, silver, gold. Below that, we've got the oil, natural gas, and we've got debt, the 30-year, 10-year note. Then we have miscellaneous commodities, live cattle, soybeans, cotton, coffee, sugar, rice, wheat. Then we have the index ETFs and the sectors within inside the S&P 500. Then the top NDX 100 weightings out there, and then some of the popular ETFs. So that's what's covered here. And then you can see I've got D Outlook, daily outlook. We got daily, the weekly, the monthly, 30-minute, 60-minute, 2-hour, 4-hour time frames out there. So that gives you what the current makeup for those, or outlook, I should say, for those time frames out there. Very helpful. Then we've got our signals, our daily signals, I should say, whether we've got Rhodes Momentum Indicator tops or bottoms. So there's a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top in the ES Mini, and inside the Dow. Inside of silver, there was a bottom that was confirmed with the hammer candle from yesterday out there. The 30-year Treasury, that's got a bottom signal, Rhodes Momentum Indicator. And then you've got your TD9 count, your Chapman wave counts to the upside, Chapman wave counts to the downside, our daily oscillator and change line, whether it's support or resistance, our TD9 support or resistance levels, and then I've got the current time. So here is the makeup for those specific time frames, whatever it is that you might be trading out there. So I consider this to be extremely helpful. Also let you know where support and resistance areas are in one flick of the wrist, so to speak. Okay, let's go take a look at the second flick of the wrist. I don't even know what that means, but what we're going to do here is we're going to go take a look at the consolidation patterns. We're going to take a look at the consolidation patterns inside of the equity futures contracts out there. During the 1 o'clock update, we looked at the cash indices. So let's go ahead and flip over and take a look at the futures contracts. I suggested for those of you at home that are charting these things, we do have what could be a breakout inside the S&P 500, a consolidation breakout. Inside the ES Mini, that would give us a range up to the 39, 34-ish type area out there. But before we're willing to make that call, or the charts are willing to make that call, I've just drawn in a little bit of a rising trend line that can act as resistance. And it starts from the swing point from September 3rd, and then we've got that original vaccine move to the upside on November the 9th. If you just draw that little trend line, you'll see that the ES Mini has not hit that. It is above the top of its daily profile. So we know that that is bullish. And I would say that if price can get above that rising trend line out there, that may be our signal that the move to the 39, 34 level is underway. Inside the NQ, depending on its close today, right now, well, one, it's trading above the top of its daily profile. That's at 12,262. We know that that's bullish, but it's also just above really the consolidation area. Now, the consolidation area I'm using for the high, the November 9th level, and that's out at the 12,408.75. As long as price closes above that, well, we might have consolidation measured moves inside the ES, the NQ, and the Dow Equity Future Contract. You will see on the lower left of the Dow Equity Future Contract, it has generated a new daily profile. The same for the Russell 2000. That is your lower right. So the next level of resistance inside of the Dow Futures Contract is going to be 30,060. You can see I've also got a trend line. That same trend line I suggest that you draw on your screen, whether it's for the S&P or the ES Mini or the Dow Equity Future Contract out there. And price will really need to get above that in order to give us that conviction that it's ready to make its measured move up to the 32,180 level. Now, I don't have the A to B equal CD pattern drawn in here, but let's just do that. Let's put this one in inside the Russell 2000 Equity Future Contract. And this has already completed the 1 to 1.272, maybe really the 1 to 1.618, A to B equals CD pattern. It did it yesterday. Yesterday was a bearish engulfing, a key reversal session out there. So it's got a confirmed top. But if this is going to be a confirmed top inside the Russell 2000, then what we need to know, or what we need to see, is we need to see a key level of support broken. What is that key level? Well, because everything is happening for us, the trading gods went ahead and gave us those two new profiles inside the Dow and inside of the Russell 2000 Equity Future Contract. What are you going to be watching for? 1808.70. If the Russell 2000 closes below that, and this is a slightly bullish structured profile out there, that would be signaling to you and I a change in trend. Inside the Dow, it really would need to be a close below 29,220, which is approximately where the top of the consolidation. That's just slightly above the top of the consolidation. Nonetheless, if you get a close below that, I don't have any signals to suggest that we will, but you've got the numbers. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. If we did get a close below 29,220 out there, that would suggest a change in trend. The reason you want to write these numbers down, the reason you want to take a look at that prior thing is I'll be off for the next 3 days out here. So a little bit of vacation, golfing, fishing type of time for Stevie's son out here. So, let's, if you got any questions, let's get them taken care of and addressed today. 877-927-6648.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 262, S&P 47 points. First question coming in from the YouTube channel out there. I don't have the individual who requested it. Doesn't matter. It's a Village Farms International. FVFF is the ticker symbol. And the question is, what's a good entry price? So here's what we know. This has now completed, well, it did more than a 1 to 2, A to B equals CD. You've got your bearish reversal candle today. So that's suggesting we've got a confirmed top out there. So we're going to go identify some levels of support for you. On here, with regard to TAS market profile, support levels are 660, 620, and 726 out there. But I don't know if price will pull all the way back to those levels, but those would be the areas to be watching from a profile standpoint. Let's pull over Stevie's other charts out here. This should give us some better levels to observe, or may give us better levels to observe. So let's open this up. On the daily time frame, in addition to the A to B equals CD pattern that we saw on the prior chart, we can now see a TD9 count top. That completed yesterday. So now you've got two different topping patterns. And the first level of support that you're watching is 945. I'm not going to suggest that you buy at 945. I'm going to first suggest that you watch what happens as price hits that area. The 945 is the oscillator and change line. It is green. If price closes below that, it just says a further retracement. Now, that further retracement could, in fact, get us back to that 660 level. That would be the top of that daily profile, or could even get us to 596, where price actually broke out. So that is a possibility, the daily time frame with the top. Let's see what the weekly's got in store for us. The weekly does not have any kind of topping signal or pattern just yet. It could turn into one this week. There could be an A to B equals CD to the upside pattern if there is a bearish reversal candle out there. Don't know whether it will or won't. I won't be here on Friday to be able to answer that for you. When this did bottom out here, it was a TD9 count bottom pattern out there. So a reason for you to pay attention to the TD9 count top on the daily. When this had topped at its all-time high, it looks like back in February, that was a TD9 count top. So you certainly want to pay attention to the 9 counts out there. On a monthly time frame chart, also a TD9 count bottom. I don't have any indication that this is a top here. So you're really back to your daily time frame. Your daily's giving you that topping signal. Price should pull back to Stevie's green line. That price number is going to change. Right now, that's printing at 945. So I hope that helps you out, whoever that was, inside the YouTube channel. And thanks so much for listening and watching the show. The next question coming in from Yvonne. And Yvonne wants to take a look at fuel cell. FCEL is the ticker symbol. And Yvonne wants to look at looking for a buy point. Wow. Very similar chart to what we just looked at here. Rocket ship to the upside. And let's go see if we can find any type of a signal out here. See what was going on. So as we expand this set of charts out here, you'll see a TD9 count. But that, folks, is not a valid, not that it's not a valid TD9 count. It's not the type of TD9 count that Stevie uses to identify a top out there. Doesn't mean it can't. It just doesn't fit the very specific criteria that I require in order to identify a top or a bottom. Nonetheless, price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. If there were to be a bearish reversal candle that formed, Yvonne, that would suggest price would pull back. In this case here, the first level you'd be looking for is 764. Now, price can still pull back to that area regardless of whether there's a top or not, and that is the oscillator and change line. And so that's what I would be watching for, and I'd be watching to see how price action dealt with that. If there was a close below that, well, then that's telling us about a further retracement back into the profile levels. Maybe there's a new profile that forms. Right now, that profile level would be 714, the top of the daily time frame out there. As we take a look at the weekly chart for fuel cell, what do we see out here? We do not see a topping signal. We do see that price ran into resistance where it should have, which was a TD9 count breakdown area, and that was at 1086. It did that last week, so it's up at resistance. That would suggest, Yvonne, that price could pull back here. So watch that daily time frame. And on the monthly time frame out here, got zip, nada, zilch, not worth spending any time there. So your entry price right now could be 764 out there. Let's watch, or you should please watch to see how price handles the oscillator and change line. A test and rejection would be a very bullish outcome. And that was for Yvonne. No other questions that we have out here. I see we've got another request inside of our YouTube channel, and that is to take a look at Tesla, which I believe has completed a TD9 count pattern out here. I think it did that yesterday or the day before, but I haven't looked at how it's trading today. So let's go see where are we trading. So if we take a look at Tesla, let's expand this out here. In the case of Tesla, we've been talking about consolidations. Tesla has a consolidation pattern too, and it broke out of it, and it did this on the trading day of November 23rd. And that's suggesting that Tesla wants to do a measured move up into the 676 type area out there. That's on the daily time frame. Price above daily, weekly, and monthly profiles. So Stevie and you need to go take a look at my other set of charts and tools out here to see what they are signaling to you and I. There we go. It was yesterday, not the day before, that generated that TD9 count pattern. And certainly there's an A to B equals C to D pattern, so there's a sell the D point out here because yesterday was a key reversal and a bearish engulfing candle. So Tesla, if Tesla can close above yesterday's high would be 607.80. That would be signaling to you that consolidation measured move pattern is continuing and should ensue out there. And if it doesn't, because you've got a valid topping signal, price should pull back. Pull back to where? Well, the first level of support is going to be 534.87. If price closes below Stevie's green line, then we're looking at price potentially pulling back to its breakout level, and that's at 433.01. That's coming from the daily time frame. So the daily, a topping signal. The weekly, price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. We're in wave number 7. That can extend itself, but you do have topping signals out there for that. The monthly time frame, what do we have here for Tesla? Not much. No topping signal or anything along those lines, suggesting that that daily consolidation pattern may unfold. But first, you've got a topping signal out there. Watch for a retracement. Watch for a pullback. Watch this 534, 535-ish type area. If price gets below that, then it could move all the way back to its breakout, or maybe it's just simply back to the top of the consolidation. We got another request coming in from our YouTube channel. They are rocking and rolling, and this is for MSTR. MSTR is micro strategy out there, and micro strategy MSTR trading out at 322.26, well above its daily, its weekly, and its monthly profiles. So those are not going to help us out here. And I don't know why my other system. There we go. Okay, all right. So it was frozen there, like the movie in Disney. Oh, it's still frozen. There we go. Okay, so as we take a look at MicroStrategy, MSTR, what we're going to notice is yesterday was a TD9 count. And that says, as long as price does not close above, I don't care if it trades above it, as long as price does not close above the level of 347.50, you've got a TD9 count top. Now, that would suggest pulling back to its oscillator and change line, currently printed out at 266 and change out there. So the daily time frame has got a valid topping pattern. On the weekly basis out here, what do we have? We've got this week being a TD9 count top. This is the bar following bar number 9. So the cool thing here is whatever the high is for this week, if price begins trading above it or closing above it, really closing above it next week, or the week after, you've got a strong momentum move for the weekly time frame. But right now, you've got two topping patterns, and this is suggesting that MSTR should pull back at our first target, 266 and change. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as,
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that will take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So for Duff Meister in the Tiger's Den out here wants to take a look at Amazon. And here we've got up our 3 time frame charts, daily, weekly, monthly. And Duffy, this is just consolidating sideways. Now, I'll pull up the charts. I know that Amazon has a TD9 count top on the monthly. I know that it's got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal on the weekly or confirmed pattern out here. Did it with the key reversal back on the week of August 31st out there. And you can see since then, price just consolidated between 30.20 and 33.52. So that's what's going on. But let's go ahead and pull over Stevie's other charts for you. You'll be able to see that setup out here. Maybe the question is, do we think price will go hit the top of that consolidation at 33.52? That might be the question. And in that case, I would say the answer is yes. Why would Stevie say the answer is yes? I'd say the answer is yes as of 1:31 in the afternoon on December the 1st, because price is above the oscillator unchanged line. So that suggests more of a counter trend rally. You can see that 34.8841 is a TD9 breakdown level. That level has been tested before, so we know that is a significant resistance area. So you've got likely this is going to go ahead and move higher, test the top of the consolidation. Here is the weekly. You can see the Rhodes momentum indicator signal. See how price came back and tested support. That's that weekly profile. And on the monthly time frame, you've got the TD9 count top not taking place. Oh, you got a TD9 count as well as a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Now, here's the thing, Duffy. Of course, it always depends upon the time frame that you're trading. If you're a long-term investor, you would never sell Amazon unless it closed below the oscillator and change line. Right now, that's printed at 30.27. If it closed below that, because it's green, it's just telling you about a further retracement. In this case here, that further retracement would be 25.89. I am not projecting 25.89. The system will have to give us that projection. The only way it can do that is it must close below Stevie's green line, the oscillator unchanged line. So, Duffy, I hope that helps you out with regard to the amazing one, and that is Amazon. Boston Dan wanted to take a look at ticker symbol. I believe it is QS out there. So let's punch this up here. This is QuantumScape Corp out here. And QuantumScape Corp trade out at 37.76. It is a relatively new IPO, but there should be enough data on the daily time frame here to provide us with some information, Dan. And if we take a look at it, here's what we know. Yesterday was a TD9 count top. When this bottomed back here in November, it was a TD9 count bottom out there. So you've got a valid topping signal. And Boston Dan, this suggests that price will pull back to test its oscillator unchanged line, and that's at 28.38. So you got a valid topping signal out there. That was at yesterday's high. If price were to not pull back and get above yesterday's high, then you've got a strong momentum move message to the upside. So I hope that helps you out. There's really not a lot on the weekly that's going to be able to assist you and I for QuantumScape. We've got a caller on the line, so we have call-ahead seating, and that is Gary in Michigan. Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Hey, great, Steve, and hope you had a nice Thanksgiving.
I did have a nice Thanksgiving, and just, I think, throwing out all the leftovers tonight. Whatever we did eat. You would like? Did you have a nice Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it was quiet, but
okay.
But it is what it is. So it is, no, keep it uneventful. Sometimes is good.
Yeah. So we finished off. We finished off my favorite thing in Thanksgiving, and that is I love a fresh blackberry pie with some good vanilla ice cream on it, and we polished that one off last night. So, and I stepped on the scale, and I said I probably shouldn't have done that, but we did. So, in any event, you want to talk about Nu Skin, one of your favorite holdings out here, and so just how can I help you?
Well, just look at the oscillator and change line, and then just the momentum. It's been struggling around that 50, 51, 52 mark, and just curious which way it might break.
Sure. So today, what we're hoping here is that the retracement is over and that it found support, which was the bottom of its daily profile. So the level you're watching here is 50.08. If it were to close below 50.08 for one day, okay, not a big deal, or could be a big deal, we don't know, but 2 consecutive days below that, would then suggest you would pull back to your next level. And on new skin, we would look to the bottom of the weekly and top of the monthly profiles. And those levels are 45.51 and 47.04 respectively. So 50.08, let's pull over our daily time frame chart. We know that the key level of support has held. Ideally, you'd see some kind of pattern forming at the same time, but I don't think that we have that. And the answer is we don't have that. Doesn't mean that it's a problem, but you really want that bottom of that daily profile to hold. On the weekly time frame out here, prices below Stevie's green line. It has a TD9 count top from back in October, so this is suggesting that price could pull back to 45.51 or 44.18. Now, that message would only come with the daily closing below the bottom of that profile. So you at least have now your targets if that were to occur. Again, I won't be here Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday out there, so you can be able to use those numbers, but hopefully the bottom of that profile holds. On a monthly basis, I don't have a topping signal, period. And so it looks like, just watch the bottom of that daily profile. That's the best information that I can give you. As far as today's pullback, the volume is about 228,000 shares so far. And when this was moving higher, it was with 456,000 shares. I'm looking at the date of November the 11th out there. But watch 50.08. Now, any questions?
No, they covered it. I mean, you got to be some great numbers to watch for. And hope you have a good few days off.
I will.
I'll look forward to watching those and be back at you, and we'll see where it goes. So.
Okay, but now stay on the line out here because I know that silver is near and dear to your heart. So let's go take a look at silver because let's see here. I believe that it is above the oscillator and change line. It's suggesting a further move higher. Unfortunately, with silver, we don't have any daily profile. So yesterday, as we were talking, price was moving lower, doing less relative energy. We didn't know whether a hammer candle would form or not. It did. It is not going to form a TD9 count. Not unless it really pulls back a bunch today because it's above bar number 5 out here. But price is above 23.67. That's a level I would be watching. As long as price remains above that, you should see silver continue to rally. Is it a significant bottom? I don't know. But it's a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom out there. And that is suggesting to us, Gary, without any profile resistance out here, the price should go make another run for 26.27. So I hope that helps you out. And
that helps huge. Huge. Did you cover gold already while I was on hold? I didn't hear what was going on. I have not. But since you're on the line, so in the case of gold, where gold is really targeting, well, let's see if I can do this here. Well, I know I can do it. Whoops. The question is how long it's going to take to update this chart here. But what gold is really doing, Gary, and I put this in the newsletter this morning, it's really targeting the top of its daily profile as well as its oscillator and change line. So here, we're not going to get a TD9 count bottom. So gold had the potential. It still has the potential. If gold must close today below 1812. We're at 1819 right now. So if gold closes below 1812, so those of you that want to be bullish gold, you really want to see this thing pull back. You'd love to see this have a nice solid bottoming pattern. And short of that, we don't have it. That doesn't mean that it won't continue to rally and should target at least the 1827 level. So, Gary, I hope that helps you out, and have a great week, and we'll look forward to talking to you again. Yes? I look forward to it. I know you're going to a break, but that 1812, we want to see it go under that, right? So we get a base, and then we can work it up. And if it doesn't, we're just...
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So we're still on the line with Gary, I believe. And Gary, yeah, it is a close below 1810.9. I'm not on the actual gold contract. I'm on my synthetic. Sorry about that. Give me a moment here. It still may be the same figure. I just want to make sure. So the number is going to be 1812, even Steven. 1812. You want to see price close below 1812. You're at 1818. Now, we're talking about gold. If it closes below that, then the TD9 count pattern will still be here. It'll be valid. Bar number 8 being the low. Now, it doesn't mean that gold's out of the woods or anything. First place that gold's going to deal with resistance is going to be the oscillator and change line. That's at 1827.60 or thereabouts. The second place is going to be the top of the brand new daily profile. Now, I don't have a guarantee that this is going to form. I won't know till tonight at about 6:01. But right now it seems fairly solid, and that suggests that price would get up to 1837.70. So, folks, gold would need to close above 1837.70 to confirm. Well, first, you'd like to see the TD9 count bottom, because I'm really stretching to try to put in an A to B equals CD. That's completed. And so why fake it? No reason to. Why be disingenuous? I've got no interest in that whatsoever. But if price did close above 1837.70 this week, and on a daily basis, that's suggesting a change in trend, and price gets back inside its weekly profile. So last week we had a close below the bottom of the weekly profile at 1810, and price is now above that. And if it can regain that area, shoot, I could make the case that price will go ahead and move up to 1841 or 1872 out there. So those are the areas to be watching. Gary, are you still on the line? Or
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So any other questions while I've got you?
Well, so what I'm more macro. You know that. I've talked about that before. But the idea is and I've got a hedge with dust on it, a small hedge because I took a lot off yesterday on the hedge. But the point is, I still have this too many key people. I'm listening to you and Basil today and definitely Larry. I have this inkling that there's something else out there, and that this thing could. And you've said this before on your numbers. When it breaks, it could break really low. I mean,
yeah,
it has. And so I just have this kind of uneasy feeling in my stomach, which is very scientific. But the reality is that something's not right. And so even though this is moving back in the right direction, so these are good numbers to get. But on the same token, you know, I can sense that you have this kind of, we're not there yet. This isn't a solid push up at this point. So we break that 1812, and we also get that base, and then we move up past that 1837, correct? I mean, am I reading you right?
That is correct. That is correct. And there's something that might not be right. And you do the research, folks. Go out there. You'll be able to find articles and so forth. The first element, and we've talked about this on the show. So the first element is everything that's going on in the digital currency marketplace in all of these other countries out there: Canada, Australia, over in Europe, over in China. Japan, if I didn't mention that, and all this stuff is trying to unveil this stuff the beginning of the year, all under the pretense that paper money is going to is the super spreader of the COVID out there. But so you've got that's going on. You can go out there and you can read all those articles. Now, what would be normal would be that people would think, okay, if you're going to start taking now, that's going to probably put some real additional upside pressure in the U.S. dollar, right? So if you start taking away euros, you start taking away yen, you start taking away currencies out there. Well, we don't have that same thing that's going on, at least at this stage of the game, here in the U.S. That portion of the bill was taken out of the CARES Act. Pelosi tried to get it through out there, and that doesn't mean that they won't try it again, because they will. But at this stage, that's not something that we have to worry about today on December 1st. So at that stage there, what these other central banks know is that people will try to rush into the dollar, the U.S. dollar, or rush into gold. So they've started putting some major restrictions over in Europe out there because they don't want people to be able to do that. So I don't know how that all plays out, but there will that you can absolutely envision, because they're already doing it. The shortage of currency in the U.S. is because of all the hoarding that is going on over in Europe out there. I mean, that's a fact, Jack. And you can find the data on that. So, yeah, there is something unusual that's going on there, and I think it all has to do with that, and all that may really begin to come home to roost after the beginning of the year out there. But, look, what you and I get the opportunity to do is just pay attention to the patterns, and the patterns are telling us, in the case of silver here, silver's got to close above 25.57. Now, that's the current price. That's Stevie's green line level. That's going to change up or down out here, but we've got a confirmed top. And this is suggesting a pullback to the 1808 area as one of its levels out there. So not until silver closes above 25.57 would that change our opinion technically. Okay?
Awesome. That was just incredible. Great. Thank you very much.
You bet.
And make it a great few days. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
That sounds great. You bet. All right. So let's see. There are some other requests that have come in. Let me see if I can get to a couple of these out here. So we've got Tom C. Tom wants to take a look at the U.S. dollar index. Is the U.S. dollar bottoming, or start of a breakdown? How important is that level where we're at now? Thanks. Enjoy the time off. So let's go take a look at the U.S. dollar index. Has it bottomed? No. Well, we don't have a bottoming pattern. I should really take that back. What we have is an extension of wave number 7. That is letter G. And you can see now my system won't update and move those letters over until the session closes. But so it does have a potential bottoming signal. KK. I guess it's not Tom. And but nothing that's been confirmed. The confirmation would come with a close above Stevie's red line, and that's at 91.93. Let me pull over a larger chart for the U.S. dollar. Let's do that with these 3 time frames. And here I'm just going to put up the continuous contract see if I can type this in. So I'm not going to really worry about the profile levels. But as we pull this back, what we're going to see, we're just going to take a look at some real key levels out here. So the U.S. dollar index, just want to, because I hear people, I was with somebody, we were having a conversation on the phone the other day. I think it was Friday. And it was about the U.S. dollar index. And the kind of the gist of the initial part of the conversation was the U.S. dollar index is just trash. It's falling apart. It's go. And I said, whoa, hold on, wait a minute here. Let's put this in perspective. The U.S. dollar index bottomed back in 2008, and we've just simply been making higher highs and higher lows ever since, and we still are to this day. If anything, we just have a consolidation going on between 103 and about the 88 level out there. But otherwise, no real damage to the king. Brought to you by Obi-Wan Kenobi. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based, vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. A little lightning round here again. We'll be off Wednesday through Friday, back with you on Monday. We've got a request to take a look at Apple for John in California. John, as I take a look at Apple out here, It's moving into a prior swing point. That's from the day of October 13th. That had volume of it had volume of 262 million. You're at 87 million. Price is pushing into it with lighter volume. Probably going to go target the top of that, which is 125.39. That's the current call on Apple. Price is trading above its TD9 breakdown level of 122.55. So price can close above that today. A move up to that level is likely. A move above that area, and Apple heads all the way back to its all-time highs. The next question is from HD. HD wants to take a look at ticker symbol PINS in at about the 66 level out here, trading at 69.19. Everything looks okay, but be careful. Price is moving higher, doing less relative energy. No bearish reversal candle. If one were to show up, that would be a sign of a top, at least a short-term top out there. That's the daily time frame. The weekly time frame out here for pins, I don't see any topping signal here. So everything looks pretty good, but watch for any potential daily bearish reversal candle, as that would generate at least a short-term topping pattern for you. Bill wants to take a look at the 30-year Treasury. So here we've got the daily time frame. Bill, that has rolled over into March of 2021. This right now is really, so it formed a nice little bottom, a Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom, a seventh wave move bottom, but price just consolidating in between its daily profiles out there. So just a consolidation move. And the last one coming from Michael P. Let's see if we get this in here. He's asking about the SPY. Is the SPY a buy here? Michael, go back and listen to when this gets recorded, the opening segment where I covered the S&P 500 and the ES Mini, and we saw some resistance lines out there. Price going to have to clear that. So the answer to your question is no, not just yet. Folks, stay tuned for 2 more great hours, and I'll see you again on next Monday. Take care.